I remember the moment clearly. I was standing in a small room surrounded by people I didn't know well. They were speaking in English, laughing, sharing ideas, looking at each other like it was all easy. And then, they looked at me. It was my turn to speak. Just a few words, nothing difficult. And I froze. I looked at them. They waited. And I smiled. I nodded. I said nothing. Inside, my heart was loud, but my voice was silent. That wasn't the first time, and it wasn't the last. I was afraid to speak English in front of people for a long time. Maybe you felt that too. The fear, the pressure, the quiet shame. You know the words, you understand the topic. But when someone looks at you, waiting for your voice, it disappears. And afterwards, you carry that silence with you. You replay the moment, you whisper the words you should have said, but it's too late. And you think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I just speak like everyone else? Let me pause here. Hi, my name is Josh. I teach English. Not the perfect kind, the real kind. This channel, English with Feelings, is for people like us. People who feel the weight of silence, who know English, but still feel afraid. Here we take things slow, we speak gently, we listen deeply, and I want to share something with you. Something that took me years to understand. You are not afraid of English. You are afraid of what might happen when you speak, afraid of being wrong, afraid of sounding silly, afraid of being judged. The fear doesn't live in the words. It lives in the space between you and other people. It lives in memory. Of times when someone corrected you sharply, or when people laughed, or when no one waited for you to finish. That's where the fear began. And now, even when people are kind, even when they do want to hear you, your body remembers the fear. So you protect yourself, you stay quiet, you smile instead. That's not weakness. That's protection. Your silence is not because you don't care. It's because you care so much. And your brain is trying to keep you safe, but that safety can feel like a prison. You sit in rooms with full thoughts, full opinions, beautiful ideas. But the door to those thoughts feels locked, and you watch others speak, even with mistakes, and you wonder, how can they do it? I used to wonder that too, until I realized they weren't better. They were just less afraid of the price of being wrong. They had permission to speak imperfectly, and I didn't. Not yet. So I started to ask myself, what if I could give myself that permission? Not to be fluent, not to be perfect, but just to show up as I am. Even if my voice shakes, even if I forget a word, even if I have to pause in the middle of a sentence, what if that could be enough? And slowly, over time, something changed. Not all at once, not dramatically, but I started speaking. One sentence, then another, in front of people. I was still afraid. But I spoke anyway, because I stopped seeing silence as safety and started seeing honesty as freedom. Let me say this gently. You don't have to wait until the fear is gone. You just have to stop believing that fear means don't speak. Fear doesn't mean stop. It means go slow. It means this matters to you. So go slow. Speak quietly. Pause often, but speak in your own way. Even if you say, sorry, I lost the word, that's still speaking. Even if you say, can I try again? That's English. Even if you say only one sentence, but it comes from your true self, that is powerful. You don't need big words to be heard. You don't need fast sentences to be respected. You just need presence. People connect to presence, to emotion, to effort, not to grammar. And the people who truly matter, they will listen. Even when you pause, even when you struggle, even when you're scared. Especially when you're scared. So if you are afraid to speak English in front of people, I want you to know this. It is okay to feel that fear. You are not the only one, but you are also not the same person you were last year, or last month, or even last week. Something brought you here, to this moment, to this space. Something inside you still wants to try. That's courage. You don't have to speak loudly. You don't have to speak perfectly. You just have to speak gently, with yourself. And when you're ready, with others. And if today is not the day, that's okay too. You are still growing, even in silence, especially in silence. So let me ask you something. When was the moment you first felt afraid to speak English? Was it one big memory? Or many small ones? And if that moment still lives in you, can you speak to it now? Not in English, just in kindness. Because the person you were in that moment, they did their best. And the person you are now is still becoming. If you want a place to practice being real, not perfect, this is it. This is English with Feelings. We're here, we're listening, and we'll take it slow together.